Hey, good morning. Chris Garlock from the American Goat e-Journal here, and we are broadcasting the final round from the U.S. round. This is U.S. Masters round 9. Should be a pretty exciting game, right, Mr. Yang?
Yes, I think so.
Of course, with me, Mr. Yilun Yang, one of our best teachers in the whole United States.
Thank you.
I think I'm safe in saying that.
Thank you.
Yes. I was a student, not a very good student, I'm afraid. I have much work to be done. Much work to be done. So we'll take a look at this game. This game is underway now. So why don't we take it from the beginning? Yes.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Good move.
That's the most flexible move because it's just between corner and on the side, also also between corner into the center.
Yeah. And here.
Okay. 3-4. This is very common. Sometimes people will choose the move here, but it seems not reasonable because the leave is really ideal in approachment, which is always work very well for this corner. So this is the move to play against for 4 point, because after that, somehow later black must approach from here, right? There's no reason to approach from here. Even black wants to develop this area. This is not doable because give up too much, because the corner was open on the left side, not on the upside. Okay.
Like Mr. Yang always says, corner, side, center.
That's right.
Easier to read.
Okay, so black choose the move here. So on the right side, it looks a good balance. It's fourth line, third line. But the only thing is here, leave the bottom more open. So the next move, white, of course, choose the empty corner. And it could be different move, right? So if we choose the open corner from the 3-4 point, you'll be like this, but then leave the bottom really open, of course. But like the next move is so nice, so easy for black. So this is probably not right. Okay, so white choose this, sometimes choose that. So it seems like white does try to direct this game to be a territorial. Okay.
And then, yes.
Okay, so it's a little bit further than normal. It's solid. So this corner is almost done, right? But that move, so little move to the bottom, of course, more inference to the bottom, take away white's potential. But of course, the venues, the corner is a little bit too open.
And I should also introduce the players, of course. On black is Ahn Dalhoon. He's a 9-dan professional from Korea. 9-dan, of course, is the highest rank. There's no 10-dan.
No.
9-dan is the best.
That's the best that he can.
Yeah, and he's been doing pretty well this week. He is 7-1. He did have an upset on Tuesday. Playing him is a young American player,
Yes.
Tim Song. I've known Tim since he was very little.
Yes.
He's been coming to Congress for a long time.
No, they're a bigger guy now.
I know, I hardly even recognize him. Very serious. I was taking photos earlier today, and very, very focused. He's always been that way, even as a youngster.
Yes.
Very serious.
Yes.
That is why he is 6-dan. Very strong,
Yes.
very strong player. And he, I believe, is 6-2. So in the event, if he were to win, it would get interesting on tie breaks. Yeah, it could be a 3-way.
Yes.
You'd have to look at an interesting tie breaks to see who would win. I suspect Ahn Dalhoon is probably better on tie breaks.
Right. That's right.
The way it works is, as in many other tournaments, is that the more early wins.
Yes,
the better.
because they always pick the highest the score people to match.
Right.
So he pick first. So he has a higher SOS, right?
Right. So should be an interesting game. And there's a total of $5,000 in prizes. Is that right? Yeah. So $5,000. So could be
big.
A 3-way split.
Yeah,
for Go, that's a pretty good prize.
Yeah, pretty big. Yes.
I should
So I have to work many, I have to work a lot of lessons, you know, it's take time.
You know, I did the commentary with Mingju yesterday. His secret, he says he makes you do push-ups if you make mistakes. I have a lot of push-ups to do.
Okay.
All right, so this is what's called a corner enclosure, and as you're saying, this pretty much
solid
gets the corner.
That's right.
Bigger, but not a little bit.
Yeah, it's not finished yet.
Yes.
There leaves some potential weakness, but right now it just prevents, you know, erase the button, you know, to be not that developable for white. So of course, after that, white should not, you know, think about anything, you know, about it. It's not easy to develop. So white also does it his own way. So in this case, of course, it's time to approach in close corner with 3-4 point. But after this, it seems that the right side is really developable for black. So this is probably a normal move. Sometimes, maybe move. Here first, then there. Because on the left side, you can see there's two approachment anyway, right? If white, black approach one, white can secure another one. White enclose the one, black may approach this corner.
So one of the choices that the players are always making is between building territory or reducing territory.
Reducing territory first. So, but usually, white seems to be behind, you know, black goes first. So white usually we're going to prevent black's potential first. So this is the most common. But of course, that's doable.
It's a very patient move.
Yes, very patient. This is just a confidence.
Long game.
Yeah, yes.
So time to approach.
Yes, this is the time to approach the corner with 3-4 point. Of course, black may also do this.
Right.
If black does this, white probably will do something like that. In this case, maybe not necessary to play two-space move, because that move also has more influence to control the left side. This is maybe duplicated, you know. So if not like this, so this will become a more type of game.
Different game.
Yeah, so let's see. Upside button, which
Remember
side?
We said corner, side.
Show black, which side show black control first?
Well, you always had to look for the wider side, right? So this side is clearly wider.
Yeah, this is also wider. So probably black will do something like this.
Good teaching.
Thank you. So now white probably will take the extension on the bottom, right? Now here's a pretty tricky. You know, usually we know 5-space extension is the ideal one at the empty side, but after this, the side isn't that empty. So show white still do something like this.
This seems a little.
This is okay, but that looks too close to black, because when we play any move, extend the side, we have to also prepare a good follow-up move. So is this okay for white for follow-up move?
It's great for a follow-up move.
That's really slow though,
very
right?
Slow, yeah.
Okay, so if white play here, this is much better, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because these are too close.
Yes, so this is also considerable, because even though this is slow, but it's high-low, it's better than that, right? Okay.
Yeah, this is too flat.
So I think that this is the most reasonable move, and that's doable, but not here.
Right.
Okay. Of course, this is a different type of opening. Okay. So black, Mr. Ahn probably don't like to do this. He still believe that it's time to approach or enclose the corner with 3-4 point. So that's why black does this. Okay, why does that territorial? I think because of this. If the position like that, I don't think this is really reasonable, because we destroy the developments on the right side, right?
So maybe a pincer instead.
Yes, that's right. So in this case, because this is flat, yes, also lots of influence to here. So the left side isn't as value as normal.
So I mean, there's pincers.
Pincer will not be that great. Yeah.
Here, but
if low pincer, this is like a flat. You know, somehow, if white black move out, white also need to help the cornerstone. Yeah, press. This will be flat. It's flat. So black control the game. So if white choose high approachment, high pincer like this, maybe doable. It looks nice, right? But in this game, white also does a territorial type opening. So take the point first. So here black has choice. So the choice between if black wants to make a position on the left side, this is the move. Otherwise, black, if we want to develop a button, work together with this corner, should be like that, right?
It's a big question always, which direction
Yes,
to play,
that's
right?
why a few days ago I did a lecture, so how to choose direction. So any joseki start, something happen from the corner, we have to at least look at the situation around two sides. Okay, if this happens, we have to look at the what situation on the left side, what situation on the bottom, but not necessarily to worry about here. Okay,
That's too far away.
yeah,
right
too
now.
far away. There's no relationship. So in this case, if black make a position here, so let's say this is just like a normal, white move out. So let's see, how's that?
Maybe too good for black because now.
Seems like black is okay because if in this case, if white has want to remove this move, should be here, right? That puts a lot of pressure on this. White may go in, but if we do this, there's not enough. Also, not solid enough. So in this moment, I say white rather just be here, right? Or there, more pressure on black, or to be solid, but not here. So this is judgment. So I think I like this black. It's okay.
One of the things about the game of Go is that once you place the stone, you can't move it. You know,
That's
chess,
right.
You can move
It's
pieces. Many
different.
other games you can move pieces, but
That's
in
right.
Go, the only time a piece gets moved is
Yes.
if it's taken
So
off.
Yes.
So you have to live with your moves.
Right.
So you were just
right.
showing maybe if you moved this other place, but you can't do that.
That's right. So to play a Go game, we have to always consider how to use your previous move to make your previous
Even
move.
if you don't like it now.
Yeah, you don't like it, you have to somehow make that to be better, useful, right? On the other hand, you have to also somehow make your opponent's previous move to be less useful, maybe to be ugly, not useful. So this is just a game.
Constant struggle.
Yeah, that's
constant
right.
struggle.
Okay, so black, let's see, what does black do?
So black wants to go this way.
Black wants to go this way. Okay. Of course, white has to keep a connection.
You say of course, but yesterday they that joseki that they played yesterday that I showed you that was not a joseki. Yeah, you never saw that move before. So now I have to always check first because these guys I don't know what they're going to do.
Oh no, nobody
Maybe-
can do something here. Yesterday game, they at least destroy each other.
They did destroy each other.
But in this case, if we are not close to the door here, go that way, this is just black destroy white, but white doesn't do
this is a
anything.
wasted move.
Right. So this game, they destroyed it. Pretty very unusual.
It's very,
Yeah, it's ugly.
I asked Mr. Yang because have you ever seen this move? And how many years have you been playing Go? Long time.
Me, or long time, 55 years.
55 years.
Yes, never see that.
Never
kind
see
of
that
thing.
move.
No,
Okay.
no.
Maybe never see it again.
Yeah, in that
didn't- it
moment,
didn't work out very well.
if I did that kind of move, I would get punishment. Okay, so black switch the direction to the bottom.
This is a
Okay, hold it. In this moment, so we have to just check out how's the previous move that black have. This is okay, right? How's this? Is this better or that one better? Or even here? What do you think?
This is going to wind up being low, so maybe you would rather have it high.
Okay, yes.
Am I right?
Usually, if I put a name on this move, I would say this is the move going to destroy button. But if black going to develop button, why you destroy button? So if black make a wall, so this is maybe not proper. High is better, right? Okay.
But the thing about josekis is that there's many variations, but you can't. It can be hard to change directions in the middle once you begin down a
That's
path.
right. The first few moves are very important.
Right.
That determine the direction to go.
Right.
So in this case, you can say I'm switching back to the right side, to the left side. No, can't.
Right. If you were to look at this with an AI or even some of the other software that's out there, they will show you A, B, C, D. You know, I don't. How many different options for white
in
at
this
point?
case, this is the most common.
Right.
That's also possible.
Right.
Or here,
Or-
defend like
right.
this, or defend like that.
So there's
there are
four and each one of those has its own
Yes.
variations
So,
from there.
yeah.
It just depends on what you want to do with it.
Yes, they probably already see the eventual picture.
Right. So in this case here.
Yeah, when white play the move here, so let me see. Of course, this works that very well. When white has high position, this is pretty good point, right? Okay, because there's long distance, will not be over concentrate. On the other hand, because when black has a low position here, this is also possible.
I kind of like this a little bit
Okay,
better.
let's take a look. In this moment, if white make a solid connection, of course, black needs more liberties, plus protect the cutting point.
Sure.
So then white is going to push it here if black responds. So let's see what it look like. Is this great?
No, I mean,
Seems like a pretty flat.
It seems very flat.
Yeah. So this, I think,
This is a nice size corner.
I think this is acceptable for white. But somehow white say, I want to work, on the left side, so play here. Usually, I would say, if possible, do not choose a small avalanche. This is where going to be a small avalanche.
This is yes, that's right. There's there are many thousands of josekis.
Yes,
Corner
small
sequences.
avalanche.
This one is a small avalanche and a large avalanche.
Large avalanche
do you
really
wanna-
complicated.
can
The
you-
small avalanche eventually seems like the black way got more benefit locally.
Right.
So let's just put some stone.
Well, one of the things especially for you amateurs like me out there, you have to be careful with the avalanche
Oh
because
yes, avalanche is risky.
it's very risky. Yeah. You make a mistake and
There's no way
it can
to
be
escape,
game over,
right? From avalanche happens,
That's
there's
why it's
nowhere to
called the
go.
avalanche,
Right, that's
yeah.
avalanche. Yes. Okay,
So here,
yeah,
here,
this seems like there's no other choice. Even though recently there's a professional, they're really smart. They created many
sometimes
new
a lot of
josekis.
amateurs want to play here.
No,
no, want to play here to
So
reduce liberties,
here's the
right?
concept, Question, right now black play, right? Can black capture this two
That's the
stone right
question.
away?
Not,
I don't
remember
think
one,
so.
two-
If you do this, white are going to get more
I got Atari
liberties.
here.
Yeah, because black will not be able to stop. If black pull back,
So just to show people, so if, for example, it was here, then
the
no
white
problem.
can kill right away. We discussed the liberty race.
Right.
So question, can black capture white right away? No. So if you can't, then you have to ask the
more
next
liberties.
question, right? Can black save this one, also save that one, both cutting stones? Of course, black say yes. Otherwise, nobody can push here, right? If you push here, white harness, black say, I lost the battle. No. So black say, I will be able to save both cutting stones. So then how about weaker one? Which one is weaker? Yeah, the
Single
inside
stone.
weak. Because the inside stone has a really limited liberties. There's no way to get out. So that makes much more liberties, right? This one, black has only 3. That one, black may have 4 liberties. So this is the best way to help the inside weaker stone. For white, the same.
Right. And I know there's a question, it's a very good question from the chat about whether there's a mistake in the avalanche, and I think we're going to get the answer
Yes.
to that. We're just going to explore this for
Okay.
a moment,
Yes.
just to show folks.
So
we'll
for
take
white, you have to do the same. Can white capture this one right away?
Right.
No.
Nope.
Capture this one? No. Save both? Sure be. Which one's weaker?
Well, these guys, if there's are going to run
Yeah,
out.
both actually weak, right?
Yeah.
This one very limited liberty, also inside, that's a cutting
This
point
is why
very
this is
severe.
such a dangerous joseki.
It is dangerous. Yeah, nobody can do even one little mistake, crashed. Yeah. So white can do this because this is Sente,
Right.
forcing move, threat to
Double
capture
Atari.
black like this. So black doesn't have time
To cut.
Black need to protect
Everybody
top of
see
this
that?
two.
See here.
Yes, ladder capture. If black cuts, white captured here, not here.
Right.
Somebody sometimes really exciting.
Oh,
Oh, double
double
Atari.
Atari.
No, it's not equal value. So white has to capture this two.
And when
Okay.
it connects, then
Then
it's
ladder cuts are pretty obvious. So usually black will answer here. Of course, something else. Let's see. That this is the most common defensive move. Now white say, okay, I want to hop the inside. Of course, this is also weak. If white hop this, that Q is big, right? The problem is that
this is a failure.
The whole black stone connected. Okay, so white say I want to Atari here. Black doesn't have time to do this. If black does this, then if white just defend, the game is over.
Too many, because this is
yeah, because there's no way to kill this. Of course, no any chance to attack that one. The inside group will be dead. So black say, okay, I'm also going to cut here. No ladder, no capture, right? So the white will take this off. Atari. This is a very common result. Who's better? Of course, locally it's equal, right? Same, similar.
Otherwise, it's not joseki.
No,
If one side comes out
that's right.
too far ahead or too far behind.
Nobody will accept that.
Right.
So the joseki means there's a really reasonable value of reasonable result for both. They both accept.
And the trade is white gets this influence this way, and black gets this, but it's a fair trade.
Yeah, you can see it's a very similar. When white got thickness here, but there's not much developments. This has become really good move now, right? And when black got thickness here, that's also good move, better than that. Okay, or better than this, right? But the problem you can see locally, I think the original situation, white occupied the corner first. Now it seems that black got more points than white.
I think
You can,
right.
if you count, 4, like a 7, 8.
Sure.
This is 6 or more than 10.
Right.
So that's why I say usually do not choose small avalanche.
And at the pro level, a few points. So he was just saying, maybe 6 or 8. This is maybe 8 or 10. So you're talking a 2-point difference, 2 to 4 point difference. That's for a pro. That's a lot.
It's a serious problem. Of course, the white is thicker than black, but the black got more points.
Right.
If on the other hand, if this happens in all 4 corners, black is the winner.
Right.
Okay. Here you got 2 more. There's another 2 more. It's a bigger number, right? Okay.
Let's go ahead and take a look at the game because I want to get this see whether there was it seems unlikely that there'd be a mistake with these guys. They know this.
Okay, so black did this. White did this. Now here black will change a little bit.
Stretch out, which is okay too, right?
This one, there's some ladder matter. Yeah, there's some ladder matter. It seems that black has stone here, but probably black is okay. The ladder matters because if white push once, if this is Sente,
because white needs to move here.
If
right?
black need to answer, then white could defend here. So the corner is dead.
Oh, it's huge.
Yeah. So that's ladder matter.
Right?
So white probably doesn't have time to push it here. If this push it, so this is doable, only the ladder doesn't work for white. So white doesn't have time to do this. If white does this, black will cut. If the ladder doesn't work, white crashed. Okay, so that's why in this case, white is just going to kill the corner. Liberty race. So I guess black will cut here.
Right.
The white needs more liberties. Of course, black cannot give up the cutting stone. All right, so now white use a forcing move to help the cutting stone. Of course, this is, everybody know that, right? It's the best way to defend the connection. So then white is going to get more liberties. Otherwise, still not kill the corner yet.
Is this still considered the avalanche?
It's also this is a new. It's a new variation from Avalanche.
Okay.
Yes.
It's a small avalanche.
Yeah, Avalanche usually when the honey here, it's an Avalanche joseki. There's many variations.
So pushes once more with the black, and then white comes back and finishes.
So we can see the turnout. The white just got a corner, but the corner isn't that big.
It's only
around 10
4,
points.
6,
A little bit more than
12.
10, 12 something.
Sure.
It's not a big number.
But look at the thickness of black.
But the problem, black is pretty good here. Now this move looks okay because that puts more pressure on black 3 stones.
These are out. They're not quite captured.
Yeah. So this game will not turn out to be a rounding battle because the white has a floating group here. It must keep rounding, right? Hold on. Black, this one is not so stable yet. That group is also floating.
So black is actually cut in two.
That's right. That's right. Seems that the
This is
outside
success for white.
should be white got benefit inside, but I think black will be easier to fight at the outside because black has more stones. You can see that. So now after this, the black must choose the correct direction. So the move should be between like this or that. Because this is white corner, this is black corner. So this group is weaker. So black has to help a weaker group first. So probably like this, right?
Sure, because if we push black this way, it's going to be pushing
yes,
right into the
if we are going to push it this way, white will run out.
Right.
This is under pressure.
Right. Between two groups.
Yeah, in trouble. This is even a Sente. So very hard to make a position here. So this is a must. So white also must save the cutting stone from here. Do not do this. Because this is very slack. Yeah. Very slack, I mean, no pressure on black, also no good follow-up move.
This is kind of a special move.
Sometimes
it's called the kasumi.
Yeah. Sometimes, somebody say kasumi always good, but I say kasumi will never be great.
Kasumi is always good, but will never be great.
Never be great. Kasumi is easy, run away, get out, split, but no good follow-up move.
Yeah.
Look at this.
You often see it like with a peep.
Yes. Yeah. Of course, after this peep, push it, next good move here, right? Yeah. So black needs more liberties, otherwise, that's so painful for black. So white keep probably, okay, this is timing, not sure about that. Okay. So
that's what Yang is thinking.
Thinking, that could be good. Let me show you some picture, okay?
You want to push one more, don't you?
Yeah, no, pushing one more is necessary. Otherwise, this group still under pressure. Push better than diagonal.
Sure.
This is standard. Okay, let's watch, for example, the situation like that. Then somehow white going to try to attack black. In this moment, black will not answer here. Black will answer there. So before this happens, so white say, okay, I just play asking move to see what would you do. In this case, I don't think black will do that, right? Because if black do that, white just keep going. So now white doesn't need to push out because that stone is weak. So that's why this is a good timing to pick. That's a good timing. Maybe after you push it, too late. Okay, so in this case, black cannot do this. Need to keep a connection.
And this is better than here?
Small difference. This move puts pressure on single stone. That move puts more pressure because take away liberty. Yeah, because that group is more important. That's a small stone, so this is more reasonable.
Because after this, actually, one move capture.
Yeah, you can capture, yes, of course. This is a must next. Yeah, just like I always say that. White just prepare,
so
push
same
it,
sequence,
jump.
Just a little bit changed around.
So that exchange, so this move should be more useful than that move, right? That exchange should be good for white. Just cost one liberty, but that move just make black uncomfortable. Okay. Black also need to move out. So that's why early times I said this is a running battle.
This next move is very nice.
Yeah, this is unusual. It could be great, it could be bad. Yeah, this is an easy move. If we give you 2 seconds to play, that's everybody play here. No trouble. But also, no pressure on black, right?
They say the one point jump is never bad.
Probably.
Right.
Probably. Yes.
Cannot be separated.
Yes.
Right.
Yes. Better than diagonal.
This can be separated.
This
can be separated.
Yes.
But this never.
Usually knights move to go for offense. The jump is go for defense. And the white is very aggressive.
I like this move.
Yeah,
I don't know if it works, but I like it.
If you look at the position, it seems like a black pretty solid. White have a one space jump. There's still some kind of potential weakness. But white stay in good position because white stay outside. Black stay inside.
This is white's area.
Yes. So that's why white use knight's move, which is good for offense.
And one of the things with Yang is that to some of us, it might look like, maybe black will die, which is possible, but this is not necessarily about killing black.
But black has to be careful because when you have an inside group, you have to always pay attention.
Right.
Somehow you missed, it's die.
But even if it lives with just 2 eyes,
Painful.
Painful.
Yes.
So
this
dying is bad, but even living can be bad sometimes
That's right.
too.
So probably black need to get out something like this.
Go slow.
This looks slow. Okay, possible. Then move out. But if here, that leaves a cutting point.
Yeah, maybe.
Okay, so choice is just between push it or fast move. Okay, so black just choose push it.
That seems safer.
Safer because also take away liberty on
right.
white. For
Yeah,
sure.
also, maybe placement or something later.
So white also, of course, need to get more liberty. Also keep a pressure on black.
So it's interesting when you look at the early moves, you know, 1 move by itself, you know, 2, all these are. And then when you get into the fighting, the contact fighting, it's like a hand-to-hand fighting. Then it gets, you know, one,
Right.
fast, slow.
Yeah, sometimes I heard that some students say, "Oh, it is so slow." I said, "Come on, I cannot play 5 space extension in such a narrow area."
Right.
You know, it's different. So here we have to be faster. Here, slow is necessary. Okay, you have to keep
slow.
Yeah, you have to keep enough liberty, no connection problem. Eventually, you have to settle.
Yeah. Hane comes.
Yeah, black be very patient. Let's take a look. If black somehow settle here, who is better?
That's hard to say because black is not going to get a lot of points out of living here. There's right. I mean, there's not a lot of points.
Assuming black live here, get 5 points.
Maybe
this is maybe like 12. So white is a little better than this.
Right, and probably in
this one or that one equal, right? Yeah. And white somehow make an inference outside to play against black's potential here. But white have potential, black potential there. So we have to compare what is the value of this area, right? Or the white got thickness. Black has some potential here. Seems like white isn't bad.
I like white.
Yeah, white is going to control outside, put the big pressure on black.
Especially with this next move with the Hane.
So the key point is between this one and that one. If I'm black, take a black, I will just take it easy because I think locally I got more points. Why not? But I go this way, it seems like try to control the bottom, but the bottom is still open, right? So this looks a heavy play.
You can't even really count all of this as territory yet.
Because this is real open. If I push one more, black even cannot stop. So it's open here, open there. Okay, so let's see. Here's the key point.
The reason he's saying that is because there's
a cutting point. There's a Hane cutting point, but I cannot stop. There's a cutting point. Right. Yeah. So the bottom position isn't great.
It's finished. Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is
very strongly
aggressive, right?
Yeah. Because if white pull back, black may have more, more space to settle or maybe get out possible. So white really, be aggressively, but of course they leave some potential weakness. But that's also must going to help the inside group.
I wondered about that.
White needs more. Cannot do this anymore.
No. Too many
weaknesses.
This comes anyway.
White here cut that Vatari almost. So that's necessary. So this is just asking mode to see what would you do. That can play will cost a few liberties on black, but black has a bunch of liberties, so no worry about that. Sometimes when black has a sure liberty situation here, risky. If we do this, if nothing happens, cost the liberties. Okay, so this should be good. Let's see, if white naturally to split, black will do something like that. Oh, that's pretty risky for white. Many cutting points, right? Okay, so that's why white try to be soft. Softly go for defense, tightly go for offense. Okay, white push here first.
Interesting.
Yeah, because white say, okay, I don't care about if we lose the liberty. I'll not try harder, just play soft. If we push it, of course, make this heavier, right? But also cost a liberty on white. So in this case, white could never do this. If some battle happens, you lost liberty. It's a serious problem. So white say, okay, I don't have a serious liberty problem. I just do that. Because if white somehow make a thickness here, Later, if white push it, black may try to lock the door possible. Because if white here, black say, okay, I'm just going to sacrifice this two possible. But that's why white say, okay, please, you make a decision. To save this one or to give up this one. Of course, in this case, because that group is still weak, there's no reason to sacrifice this two, right? Okay, they did that. So then white push again, because it's still worry about here, there's still some many cutting point, right? So white push one more. So now when white push one more, because that exchange, the three stone showed liberty. So necessary to get more liberty. So then white play softly. Yeah.
It's a nice sequence, right?
Oh yeah, good. They're a good player. Okay, so now black somehow need to manage eye space, right?
But some people might be wondering, why not connect?
Yeah, so this will be
There's
happen.
no way out.
But the only weakness in white is this cutting point. But it seems that not seriously. It's a big space to open area. Nobody can catch this.
Right.
That's not.
So even though it looks like maybe some weaknesses there.
Yeah, we can only say there's some potential weakness.
But not right away.
Right, not right away. So black must manage base to ice. Oh, that's pretty painful for black.
Ouch.
Yeah.
Ouch.
But I need to make a room, right? There's no room because it's open two direction there. This is this room area. There's open, yeah, difficult. So that's why black had to close the door on both sides.
And if black closes it
But
here,
here, white slide in. It's also painful for black. So that's why black play this.
is there any better? It seems like maybe best plays.
Yeah, necessary.
But painful.
Even a touch weaker stone. So I always say that if possible, don't touch your weaker stone in early opening. But this is middle game situation. You have to.
You have to just
no
have
choice.
to man up and
Yeah, the go
do
game.
what you got to do.
Yeah, the go game. There's no exactly fit the rule. Say you could never do this. You cannot do that. Everything is possible. Okay, white play here. Probably white just worry about
Fix
some
the shape.
connection problem. For example, if white descend, maybe there's still some kind counter-attack.
Cutting might work.
Yeah, so that's why white.
Right, so that's actually what they're looking at with moves like this, is making sure, yeah. Also, it's building the thickness.
That's right.
Finishing it, yeah. So black.
Black has choice, only this one or that one. This one help this area. That one has a good follow-up move,
Yeah,
right?
you can follow up here.
Yeah,
And you can't taunt it.
that's right.
So that's nice.
If we play here, then white will still descend. And then black close the open door here. Now this one, that should be better, right? Because here there's monkey jump or something coming in. This seems like another open. Okay, so black did this. This move, I think, is a question ball. I don't think white will be able to kill this. Yeah, I don't think white can kill this group.
Right, it should be no problem.
Yeah, squeeze from the open direction. This looks more open. But on the other hand, I always say, when you try to attack someone, don't forget to help your own weakness.
Right.
The weakness for white is this. That still need more liberties, right? So I think about white is necessary to do that. That's so big.
So it's big for two reasons. One is it fixes a weakness. It's also big endgame.
That's right, huge.
So one of the cool things about this game is that sometimes you'll see a move that is actually an endgame move, even though endgame is probably 250 moves away. But you can get that move in, still attacking, and get the endgame.
Yes. So if white play here, this is necessary.
Necessary, yeah.
So then white, I think, need to do something like that.
Fix, yeah.
Yeah, this helps potential weakness. Okay. Plus, this also control the button.
Right.
Because now black has two open doors, right? If black finish the open door like this, then white may come in. If black close this open door, white may go in here. So it seems like a pretty good game for white. But somehow white going to push in, but I don't think black will respond.
Oh, jeez.
Of course, black at that. Oh, this is so important. Yeah, peep, reduce eye space, destroy eye point. But I don't think white may kill this group. Of course, necessarily, otherwise
too
double
early
time.
for all this.
Yeah, too early. I don't know why, but why the so focused in this narrow area.
Sometimes, and I don't think this is the case, but sometimes in amateur tournament, it's actually is an amateur tournament, but very high level amateur tournament. In last round games, people are tired.
Yes.
This is the 9th round.
I understand.
He played 2 rounds yesterday.
Yes.
So maybe he just, if he can kill early lunch.
Yes.
I'm not saying that's going on here.
Okay. Oh no, I think this game, they both players seems like too seriously. Something do not need to spend that time, you know. You know, just like Atari after spend minute. What are you doing? You know?
Right.
So
No,
I think they have to save the time from the opening. So in the middle game time, we really need time to read carefully, right? So they're really patient, you know. Each move like 1 minute. You know. Even Atari, they take 30 seconds. Okay, of course, but like we connect here. So white need to link up, right? Okay. So before connect, so black may play some forcing move.
First,
yes. So white, of course, need to connect. Yes. So now black cannot cut in, but connect the forcing move. So all this exchange, you can see there's no big deal for white, right? If white closes the door, maybe 10 points. Right now, the black has only 2 or 3, but this is so important, so valuable.
Yeah, that seems. I mean, white scoops this out, but I would rather just have enclosed.
That's right. So this is a question.
This is going to end in Gote for what? Black is going to get to move first somewhere else, and in your sequence, white gets to move.
Yeah, white descent. How great the corner is.
Right, but now white has to.
So white cannot stop.
Yes. Back up.
Black will continue to put. Black needs more eye space. There's no 2 eyes yet. So then white must do that. If white play here, black live with Sente.
Right.
If black live Sente, I think black is ahead.
Well, even with this, black.
No, there are no 2 eyes yet.
Black.
But the problem, there's many cutting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cutting points. Something maybe happen. Yes. So I think this is a big mistake.
Yeah,
it's a wrong direction to squeeze
too soon.
Actually, just reduce the points. Any game benefit. It's not really, you know, destroy black eye. There's no 2 eyes, so you try to kill, but black can live in any time.
All right, Mr. Yang, not happy with this. All right, let's see what happens. Let's see what happens with the with black. So black is now going to start to take advantage of these.
Yeah, this
points.
is close cut. The cutting point seems like a white. You know, can white capture the stone right away? Yes, must. Good. If white do something here, black will separate here, right?
So a tough choice for white.
Yes. So black, of course, Atari. So white need to take off, connect. So white connects. So now black's out. Because I don't think a white may cut here.
Show what happens.
So if white cut, of course Atari. Oh, there's so many.
So many Ataris.
Yeah, right? let's do this smallest one first.
So if white plays here.
Oh, if white plays here, okay.
It just
okay, over.
Yeah, over. And then,
Atari ladder capture.
Yeah,
right?
terrible crash.
Yeah,
it's not too bad.
So white cannot cut in. So then seems like white lose the control.
Right.
So white must
defend. White kind of lost, I think, with this. White could have come out in Sente, and now white has to catch up. Yeah,
that's a big one I don't understand.
Right, so now black is out.
Now white defend.
Yeah, and then black is out.
Black is out.
White keeps it pushing.
White still keep a pressure on it. Black, of course, can harness because white could never cut, right? Because you cut your Atari cut, crashed.
This is coming. This is very similar to your diagram. So
let's see. So white can only play softly like that.
Hanging
black get out. White use Atari. Black connects. So white lose the control.
This is cool. Here. Oh,
Yeah.
No. Yeah, and then cut.
There's many cutting
Cut,
points.
so your cut's going to
So
come
black
up.
cuts a small one because white could never give up this or
Right,
that.
right.
So white must help them.
And then your cut.
So here still have to be careful. Maybe this 3 stone is the smallest possible. Of course, the black say, okay, that's the smallest. Okay, cut the smallest first, thread the bigger one. So white, of course, need to help the outside. Yeah, this is really, really bad looking.
Forget about this side of the board.
Yeah, really,
just
really.
play over here.
Yes,
Half-board
everything.
game.
Yeah, everything just like a liberty problem, right? Connection problem, cutting point problem. So I think white they're too tight because after close cut, white lose control.
In your sequence, white would have got to go back.
That's
and
right.
fix.
If this
Probably
right
good
here,
for-
then
good
white
for
fix.
white, I think,
Yes,
right?
I think white is
Yeah,
better.
but I don't think I like
Okay,
this now.
this moves very strongly. Going to try thread to capture 3.
Oh, actually, he runs out.
Okay.
He runs out first.
Getting heavy, make
Yeah,
a white heavy.
Runs it down.
To see
keeps-
would you give up a single or not. White say keep going, want to save this single stone.
Run more.
Yeah, this not cost really cost move.
Right now,
Okay, so now it's over. The 3 stones die, right?
has to give up the 3
Yes.
stones.
Yes, this is
Right.
better than that because eventually you can cut like this. If we
sure.
play here, you can only play here. This move may be not necessary.
Right.
So going to capture 3 stones from open direction.
Show why white can't connect. Why white wants to connect.
That's pretty obvious. Everybody can see that. Please. Oh, that's too easy, like a double Atari.
It's not double Atari.
It is almost like a double
Almost
Atari.
double Atari.
Yes.
Pre-double Atari.
Yes, pre-double Atari. That's it. Oh, yeah. It's almost double Atari. So white cannot do that. White need to defend.
Let's connect.
Yeah. So black leave to the outside, right?
Yep.
See, black going to catch this one. Better than
But
like
white,
this.
but white gets to squeeze. So this
Gotta
this maybe-
squeeze. The white
maybe this is
outside,
okay. No, you don't like this?
No,
Or
don't-
show the squeeze.
Squeeze?
Squeeze here.
Okay. Because squeeze, after squeeze, it leaves many weakness. But I just take it.
Actually, no,
Oh, there's so
no,
many
you-
cutting points.
Actually, he goes here one
One more?
more.
Too
much?
Mm,
Oh, interesting. Oh, maybe two. Because white tanukis.
yeah, well, because there's so many cutting
So many
points.
cutting points. So is this a success for white or a failure? What do you think?
It's good for black.
It's good for black.
Because the white outside isn't that solid. Plus now black live with Sente, right? Black live with Sente. That's the point.
this
Live
is
with
good.
also other 6 point here plus no need to erase 1 point. It's a 7 point benefit plus and with Sente leaves many better RG in white.
Okay, all right. Let's
Of
catch
course,
it.
white may still keep going because we never know what will be happen around the open area. So black is going to punish white, make white heavy. Yeah, because this area is hopeless. So the
white
thinking is really flexible. So white say, okay, here hopeless. I couldn't get real benefit, maybe lose control. That's still better edge.
Right.
Okay, plus, so white say, okay, I have to use the previous move here. So this is the area I
So
may,
it's change of mind.
yeah, change, yeah. It's pretty flexible.
You like this?
Yes, that's good move. And then this is heavy play. Because after this, this becomes heavier, right? Because after this, maybe liberty,
sure.
sure liberty.
But now black doesn't have to do anything fancy from here, right? Black just black has we haven't counted.
Of course, black doesn't have that much territory
Right.
either.
Right.
So
Actually,
this is
black
still
only
game.
has 1, 2, 3.
Not much territory.
5.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, not so much
Yeah,
territory.
so it's not too bad for white. Because I think the early position when white going to squeeze seal black in, that moment white control the game. But white no need to do this, just squeeze there. White, it's an easy game for white. Right now, white play a little softly, still control open area. That's the best that he can.
Okay. So approach.
So black still have to be careful, not enough, no bigger territory yet. Yeah, black has to be patient. There's no reason to squeeze here because when white thickness,
maybe.
You know, battle happens. All this war very useful. So black has to be defensively or territorial.
This is just a nice slide. I always like this move. I don't see it a lot, but this.
This is good.
It's a good move, right?
So we can let's do Tewali like this. Queen black has corner like this, 3-3. That's a reasonable approachment, right? So, but let's say I'm going to, move to open area. Then somehow I say, okay, some kind of forcing move, maybe a little too early. This is strange.
It is very strange.
So locally, I think this is not great for black.
Yeah, so Tewari is where you
yes.
take a part of position and
right, so that's so slack. You have to play here or there, right?
Right.
No reason to play such a soft move. Okay.
Ooh,
wow, very aggressive. Yeah, you cannot do something like this.
This is normal.
That's normal, but not enough. So white need to...
But white has help up here.
That's
so this is not an unreasonable move.
So you play here, you got 7. You play there, you got much more.
If you play the normal move, black can play how far? Maybe all the way?
If I'm black, I would do that right way.
Whoa!
Because you're strong. Touch you.
Yeah.
Touch you. Let's see if we do this. I continue to touch you.
Yeah.
Then if white cuts, black extend.
And then white has to make a choice.
Yeah, you're going to catch this one, but I'm going to swallow that one. This is wonderful, right? The ladder works. Oh, spoil white.
Yeah, this is not good.
Yeah,
so,
instantly, if this happens, I will do that.
So that's why white has to go for more.
Yes. Okay, so white need to play.
Oh, time check. Thank you, Stephen. Black has 5 minutes left, and white has 30 minutes.
Yeah, I think black players just spent too many time in the early game.
Probably so.
So white must be aggressively.
So black leans.
Black is going to cannot do deeply, right?
Yeah,
just give up the side, reduce outside, should be okay for black. That's a good move.
Which it has a relationship to this stone, right?
It's not a good relationship, but if you keep a good relationship, it looks too easy for white. So you have to reduce on the door. This is an open door, so put pressure on it. If white keep pushing, then black,
just jump.
Just go to here, Plus there's some cutting point weakness. It's not easy for white to attack this one. But the white position is going to be flat. Of course, the white has tried this. No reason to just answer here, right?
Well, the whole point here actually was to of this big jump was to start a fight. You're inviting a fight.
That's right. Right. Somebody came in, you have to separate.
Yeah, it's important actually in amateur games because sometimes people will get a little nervous because this, and then something like this, and these are separated between here and this stone, and so it gets a little scary. So sometimes people will go, "Oh, be safer." And this is a success now.
Yes,
even if this gets captured later, still a success.
Yes, all depends what kind of situation around area. Sure. In this case, the white has thickness. There's no reason to be defensively.
Well, the reason would be that you're scared.
Yes.
It's a bad reason.
Scared. If you're scared, they don't have guts to do this.
That's right. That's why this.
Yeah, do this. Yes.
Yeah, that's right.
Wow. Black also did strongly. But I say I'm trying to come in, spoil this area.
Yeah.
Oh, very strong. I like this. Like better than this. This is soft. This move definitely destroy this area. Separate white. Also put bigger pressure on this white. Actually, this white is pretty weak. Plus, black
even with all this this help up here.
Because something happens here. It's inside. Touch each other. There's all happens. This too far with this.
Okay.
So besides, black has this great follow-up move like this, right?
Oh, show that because if you do that, and if
for example, if white here, black here,
and if you want to save the stone, which is very big, you have to do
cutting point.
You can't do this because you get
leaves cutting point.
Leaves cutting point. Yeah.
So
and if you have to play something like this,
so painful.
So painful.
Yes.
So yeah. So how do you? What's the best? This happens to me a lot because I play this slide. So what happens when you stand up? Black goes down. What's the best response for white here?
Maybe white to do that, but
the hane,
painful.
The hane gives black the hane over the top.
Yeah, that's a strong move. So I think white feel behind after this because the thickness isn't that solid. there's still many problems. So work harder, but should not be reasonable. If white really want to work harder, should not do this. Because after do this is getting weaker because it's getting heavier. So white maybe need to try something even further like this.
But couldn't black just do something?
Okay.
Maybe just a foot sweep.
So I think white got more than black here.
Ah, okay.
Right? In the game, black got this. Now, after this, there's some higher increase. Not that much.
So not that
much. So if white really want to counter side, it cannot do this.
It's hard for black to deal with this now, right? Because don't have room in here, really.
Yes, because in this it's different. For example, if this happens, black cannot do this.
Oh, destroy
white
the corner.
will never do this, right? White will play here.
Sure.
So that's the difference. So when you are getting heavier, you don't have ability to fight strongly. Okay. So I think Mr. Ahn did very good. Short ahead, go in, strong move.
So what? How should white handle that best?
White probably need to get out. So black, if black play here, if black connects, then white may try this. That's too painful, right? So black isn't easy to cut because white harness here. That's still possible, even though it's ugly looking, but this school will still not settle yet. Maybe black has to move out a little bit outside first. Yeah, that's possible. Lots of open spaces. So it's hard to see what will be happen.
So a couple things. Stephen, if we could get just a quick, thank you. Stephen is so good. 1 minute left that's the main time, and then a reminder that there are 5 periods of 30 seconds each, which is
pretty tough.
Yeah.
Pretty tough.
Yeah, especially for middle game
Yeah,
fighting.
also it's a pretty complicated situation. Need time to read.
But for Mr. Ahn, he's top-level professional. That's 30 seconds is a long time.
Can handle that. Can handle that.
Problem.
Someone play really slow in the early game, they have confidence to handle Biaoyami. Like me, I don't have confidence for Biaoyami, so I play really quick in the early game.
I was thinking about this every year, and we have this coming up. I will see you again in a couple of months in LA. For the Kotsun.
Yes, welcome. Looking forward to
best tournament, certainly on the West Coast.
Yes,
I think it's September 21st, something like that.
Yes,
you can check US.
October.
Oh, Stephen agrees it's the best tournament ever. Good, all right.
October.
October.
Yes.
It'll be on our calendar at usgo.org. But one of the great things about that tournament, there's many great things. Actually, we should just say, so first of all, it's run by Eric Kotsun.
Yes.
One of your students.
Yes, my friend.
Great guy.
Wonderful.
And he sponsors this tournament. I think it's at the Korean Center again.
Yes,
year.
again, Culture Center, yes.
Right in downtown LA.
Yes,
so
pretty
lots
convenient.
Of great food.
Yes.
They have free lunch both days.
Amazing.
They bring the food trucks. So it's wonderful food. And very tough tournament. Lots and lots. We do broadcasting. Yilun does broadcasting. So you should come to the tournament. But if you can't make it, you'll be able to watch it. Certainly on KGS. And who knows? Maybe we can do a little Twitch broadcast this year. Getting a little. I'm doing a little like this. Yeah, maybe, possibly. We'll try. But it's a lot of very good field, strong players.
Yes.
Very strong players.
Yes.
And also Mr. Yang on Sunday morning does a demonstration game with one of your friends in China.
And high level in a professional.
And so what he was saying about how so I see him every year when you play in that, and I know you don't like to be short on time in the end.
Right, always quick.
You like to get to the middle game.
Yes.
Give yourself some time because these guys are very tough.
Yes.
They're like Mr. Ahn, and they're in. Usually they have some time left, and you want to have time to be thinking about things. So you don't want to be wasting time on that. All right, looks like we've got some more moves here.
Okay, so let's see. Just like I say, the white go out, then black harness. So just slightly different. Black use hanging connection, which is better for I ship. This is straight, but it's more liberty, but no I ship. So this is better, more useful. Before connect, white, it's time to play forcing move to erase I ship. So then white's just go in. That's the best way to protect the cutting point. So black's going to help the outside group first. It's a free forcing move anyway. So now black going to the here.
Nice.
Control the game. Where black has one more, this is doable. Otherwise, it can only do this, right? Yeah. So the point is that how's this group? This group seems okay because this is keep a connection conditional.
Sure.
So black still have many forcing move here. For example, black play here Sente, right? Play there Sente.
Sure.
If black play here, for example, if white is going to squeeze black.
So this looks a little bad because as you see, black is all surrounded. But
yes,
black
see the two eyes, so it's safe.
No problem.
No problem. So here's the important thing. So when black control here, this is called middle point between two groups.
Sure.
Middle point, so black going to get out, also keep a pressure on white.
Now, if white tries to live.
Yeah, white can live, pretty sure. So then black is also going to
So
squeeze
black,
white.
Black gets all these moves on the outside.
Yes,
right?
also make some, help connection, eye space. It seems like easy for black right now.
So even white can live, but will only be two eyes.
Yeah, black
and
can
has to be a little careful.
Also, this is so big.
It's not Sente though.
Not Sente,
Just
but
big.
it's a bigger position. If this become real territory,
I see. Yeah.
There's no any chance for white. So I think black control the game. Black has a point here equal like this. Then white has only territory here. Then black has this corner, bigger potential. So here's the key. If black can control this area, not necessarily to kill or attack white strongly, just squeeze white, getting stronger outside, release the open area. So finally, take some bigger move here, there. Black is still ahead.
Well, just going back, your point, when white came in here originally and then played to this fast move, the idea was to get some
it's
territory,
gone right now.
And now it's gone. Not only is it gone, but now white has become a target.
Yes.
And black has really not lost anything over it. Black never had that big of a corner to begin with, so it really hasn't lost very much.
That's right.
And so what you're saying is that black has big move here, attacks here. So that's how black controls the game.
Yes. Yes.
So
this is a bigger round.
For white.
Round rushing,
Yeah. So needed to play elsewhere.
Yeah, this is a must. That's
Any chance for white at this point, do you think? I mean, we always knew. I mean, Tim is a very strong player, but he's going up against a top professional.
To play against Mr. Ahn, I don't think white has a chance.
Right.
To play somebody else?
Too tough.
Yeah. Mr. Ahn been very solid. Reading also exactly.
Right.
Yeah, there's no obvious mistake.
But I play a lot of tennis, and so when you watch like the U.S. Open, which is coming up in a couple of weeks, or Wimbledon, which recently finished, so early rounds, because of the way the tournament is, you have Roger Federer playing some guy you never heard of, right? So almost never have a chance. 150th in the world against Roger Federer, right? But you get to play Roger Federer.
That's right.
So eventually, if you play Roger Federer, and maybe you take a few games or something like that, but you get to play the strong players.
Yes.
And so I think in a way this is a very good chance, for our players to play some very top players. So this should be a good lesson for Tim, right?
Yes.
Maybe I think it's this way.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
So. And then every once in a while, like on Tuesday, you will see an upset. Somebody, one of the players who maybe is not quite as strong, maybe the strong player make a slow move. Actually, last night we saw that where the strong player made a move that you didn't like. You kept coming back to that hanging connection rather than the straight.
Yes, Mr. Ahn.
Yeah, Mr. Ahn made a move.
Somehow, I think could be even better.
Yeah.
Tightly.
Yeah. So things can happen.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
So we'll do a little bit more, but I think the result here is really not in doubt.
Yeah, there's still a long way to go because there's so many empty areas. You
So
never know what's going on.
Tim will fight on, but it's very difficult, I think, right?
Right.
Yeah. Even on the board, I think. Where is White's territory?
White territory,
It's here,
little here,
and
little
here.
there, right?
And it's just not. Some people may be worrying about this this cut.
The cut should be okay because when white harness here, the
Double
black
Atari.
there's a double Atari, white got enough room to live. So black will never cut here. But there's something threat, a Sente, forcing move. So hop 3 black stones.
Right. So we'll watch a bit more. Actually, we're waiting for another move. So you teach, most of your teaching these days, I think, is online. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Very busy.
Yeah. I know
Somehow.
you're always rushing off to a lesson. So when you are teaching, and I assume you have students of all different strengths, right?
Oh, yes.
Beginners, more experienced,
Yes.
so forth.
Yeah. First one, I have to at least play test game. I have to see what's the condition he or she have. So then I have to make a plan. What kind most serious weakness we have to try to fix, help them.
And what would you say the most for common things that people need to work on?
I think most important thing, I think we have to improve reading ability. Compare some other country, I think the most American Go player, it's not tough enough in the middle game. Of course, originally they did much better because if I go there in a lot from, there's lots of fighting, interesting game. But I still need to, do more reading practice to do the life and death problem. That's important.
And I was going to ask you. So how do people get their reading strength to be stronger? So life and death problems.
Yes, life and death problem. Also, play slow game, serious game. Don't play lightning. Okay. Afterwards.
But lightning is fun. Blitz is fun.
Well, yeah, I know it's fine, but you say how to study to improve. That's
Right.
not the way to go. Afterwards, after you play a serious game, you have reason for each move. So afterwards, you have to check: is my reason good or bad? So that's the way. Yeah. However, you have to do everything by yourself. Do not spend many time to play fast game. Also, even though watch the professional demonstration game is really entertainment, right? Really fun, but for study, it's not the most important.
Right.
Because they play nicely, they play very aggressive, but you cannot copy. Because
When
you
you
don't
say
know.
copy, you mean?
You follow, look like okay, that somebody play here, I play there. But you don't know what's the meaning. Also, you don't know how to continue. That's the issue. If you don't know how to continue, no matter what, the move is great, but you couldn't handle the follow-up.
Right.
They got even worse.
So painful.
So painful, yes.
And painful for the teacher too.
Yeah, I'm okay.
Mr.
Okay.
Yang, Mr. Yang would always say to me, he said, "I told you not to play there. Why do you?"
Yeah, that I'm used to say that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
But
we have a
it's
few.
okay.
We have a few more moves here.
Okay.
See what happens.
Black is
Go
keep
back up a little
copying,
bit.
I guess.
Right.
Then white looks like it's
Jumping.
here, I guess. Then black pushes. Then white somehow try to get out. Is that the sequence?
Just a jump, yeah.
Then black just go in.
So this is too hard for white.
Yeah, because white is just under pressure, so must
I mean, it's
keep
also
running.
It's running right through black's area,
Yes.
so very hard
So
to see.
black just take a advantage, squeeze inside group, black stay outside, so black controlled. But if white move out, this still a game, even though black gets some benefit, but after white, after get out, black also have to take care of this
Because this
group.
is not alive
Yeah,
yet
this
either.
Of course, this is powerful.
Very powerful.
After this, leave the cutting point here, also just in case black may also separate that stone, right? If black really want to make a position here. So white, however, white position right now is very thin. black control the game.
Wow. Looks difficult.
Okay, so white is going to start counter attack. Of course, the ladder will not be working for black.
We don't even have to.
Yeah, you don't need to count.
This definitely showed me how to read the ladder.
Yes, I do that too. I do that too. Sometimes you just look at this and I'm still not sure because it's so important,
Yeah,
right?
it's very
if
important.
you miss a
It's
reading of ladder,
very bad when you miss the ladder. You know, we were looking the other day. We were using Lida to look at something, and there was a ladder, and the computer misread the ladder. Apparently, they didn't have the ladder module or something, or the readouts weren't deep enough or something. I don't know.
Okay, you can see here, what does this move mean? Because if white do this, black do that, white cuts. Actually, this is protect the connection. So white is going to make a trouble, also protect the cutting point. So black cannot answer here. Black say, okay, I swear you to link up, you didn't, so that's natural move.
Nice.
Because that stone is pretty light, right? Besides, after this push, there's lots of space.
Okay.
Lots of space and more liberties. Plus the single stone, there are 3 single stone has a connection problem. So this is good. I believe that black still control the game.
Well, white just has some difficult choices to make. It's very difficult, yeah. So I think we will do just a few more moves, and I think we'll wrap up and take a break. We're going to. I think the outcome of the game is not in doubt. And as folks know who have been watching this week, games can go for even these games, which are, we used to at one point we had 2 hours per player basic time, and those games, you may remember, they used to go to 2 o'clock in the afternoon. They would take a lunch break, come back and go to 2. Those were very tough.
I see.
Tough on the players.
Yes.
Tough on our game recorder.
Yes.
Tough on our commentators. So they, I think a year or 2 ago, they went to just same basic time as for the U.S. Open.
2 hours, maybe too long.
I think it's probably better, especially with the days when they have 2 games. So you can have 2 like 4 or 5 hour games. It's just exhausting.
Yeah, I still remember when young to play some tournament. That moment, everybody have 4 hours each. Wow, takes so long.
Not U.S.
Not U.S.
No.
Oh, you got sleep.
Some pro
tournaments.
Pro
tournament. Yes.
So 4 hours per basic time.
Basic time 4 hours.
So you're talking like all day.
Yeah, all day. Yeah.
So people,
morning time, then lunchtime break. Yeah, you have to.
Must be for very young players.
Yes. Oh, that's tough.
That's very difficult. So, good. All right, and so just remind folks how they would, if they wanted to get in touch with you for studying, how would they reach you?
Oh, they can send me email in any time. I will respond.
And you're on our website, I think, under Go Teacher. So that's usgo.org. And right below the screen, lots of ways to get in touch with us, find your local club, find out how to play Go, and you can get more information on Mr. Yang. He's a great teacher.
Thank you.
Always willing to take on new students. Doesn't matter the level.
No level.
Yeah, so if you're already playing and you want to get stronger, he's the guy to go to. So Mr. Yang, thanks so much for the commentary. It's very good to see you again this year, and I will see you in October.
Yes.
We'll look forward to it. Coming up, we're going to take a short break. We're going to get Steven in here, and we're going to just have a little recap, see how the... I think Nathan's going to join us too. You're going to come out from behind the console here? Are you ready for this, Nathan? Okay, all right. You're going to get to meet the man behind the screen here. So we'll be right back, and we'll have a little Congress wrap-up. Thanks for watching. Thanks again, Mr. Yang.
Thank you.